Welcome back, everybody. Sorry for the slight delay with the technical difficulties. As everyone can relate, Siege does not want to work all the time. So you are joining us back for VALOUR Esports, who are 6-3 up against EWAVE. There was an unfortunate disconnect in the last round, which gave EWAVE their third defensive victory. But yeah, VALOUR Esports still on match point. Zhu, we are going back to Bar. And this was played really, really well from VALOUR Esports last time they attacked it. They managed to clear, they jumped into library and found the Mez player. What do you think EWAVE need to do differently to sort of try and win this round?
Maybe they need to have maybe cross. I like personally one player on top blue, one player on top main, and one player in the
in library, right?
In library, yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
So in library, if you make an headline, you can have a line from insane.
I don't know where that spawn peak's just been found, but there is definitely a spawn peak coming out from the side of EWAVE, and that's one way to start off your defense. Immediate 4v5 coming in from the side of EWAVE, as my Mira's just found a crazy shot into spawn there. So yeah, VALOUR Esports are going to be in a 4v5 the rest of this. Why don't you keep telling us about like how you can hold library in the most effective way? Because those head holds can be really, really strong.
If you are on the left corner of on library, you can have a line on canine, on piano's door, and on the main door. So for me is the best way from defending this place.
100%. Those long angles can let you hold basically all the way across into where the attackers are pushing from, right?
That's it. So you can you can help all of your mates like as you can, it's most easily.
That's a crazy trade back, by the way. He stood up on the box in basement to try and get lines of sight onto the Mez player. I don't think I've actually seen anybody do that before, so that's really creative from the Nomad to get a free kill. Not sure where the Mirror was going. I think the Mirror must have had info that Nomad was down there, has gone for the swing and just lost the gunfight. So we are going to see a 4v4 trade coming in, and it's very much going to be, you can see from the side of EWAVE, they've got the exact setup that you just mentioned. They've got the Mirror, they've got one guy playing top blue, one guy playing top Mez.
Yeah.
Who dropped?
He dropped.
Okay, cool. So this very much comes down to which guy do we want to fight first. The idea is if you can push the guy back off of the blue stairs, Cohen's going to find an entry onto the Mez player. So that basically destroys the crossfire, but we are going to peek straight into the guy on blue, and we are going to see a 3v3 trade. But yeah, generally once you find the Mez guy, you want to start jumping into Mez and sort of just hold the blue guy from re-aggressing. But Cohen's gone to take the space and been punished by the Warden, as the Warden does fall away. Warden is being tracked by the Demos here, so they will have info that one guy is lurking in basement. Whammy on site as well as Legion hovering around this stock area. Now, VALOUR Esports basically need to get a move on. Do you want to go for a mezzanine take, or do you want to go for a games take? Generally speaking, a lot of teams will favour walking into the B door from mezzanine. It makes the guy's life in stock really miserable, as there's not a lot of space to work with, especially if you're tucked against the mirror. You can be seen from Mez. This Warden is about to start walking up main stairs, and he's the only guy off site. So it very much comes down to how do VALOUR Esports want to deal with this? Looks like they've just ignored him completely. They should know he's pushing up here too. This info should be fed to the team, but Cohen has not been told that Warden's pushing up. There's only a second left on the clock. As Ace needs to start getting this bomb down, can the cover be provided? Deimos has just gone huge as he's flicked from the Warden main lobby, turned around, and also found the cover onto the guy planting, as that will be our first map sealed and dusted. Oh yeah, shit. That's going to be the first map done and dusted as we move into the second map. That was also EWAVE's map pick. EWAVE have just been pretty much slammed on their map pick.
Like yesterday.
Yes, exactly like yesterday.
Like yesterday.
Yeah, nobody seems to be able to win their own map. Nobody seems to be able to win their own map. It's craziness. So interesting. So now EWAVE have got a real mission on their hands. They've now got to go to VALOUR's map pick, which will be Consulate. We've seen this map so many times already. We know it's defender-sided. So it'll be very interesting. I've said this twice this series already, but I really want to see more than two defenses.
on 2 days, and well, 4 matches, we saw her 4 times. So 100% presence from this map.
So back to Consulate we go, but we are going to jump to a quick break when just to get the players into lobby and get the next match set up for you guys. So just give us a few minutes. We'll be back when the teams are ready, and we'll take you guys into Consulate. So don't go anywhere. We will see you guys after the break.
See you after the break.
Well, hey, welcome back, everybody. We have all the players ready for our second map in the VALOUR semi-final. So, Zhu, we are moving back into Consulate again. I don't think we need to waste too much time. So, we're going to show the map bands quickly as we are going into Consulate once again. I'm praying that one of these teams can actually attack this map. I'm a little bit bored of seeing these 1-5 splits on Consulate. But we have all the players ready, so we're going to have a quick word from our sponsors before we jump straight into Consulate.
Huge shout out to IT Discount 24 for sponsoring the PBX Pro Series 6. IT Discount 24 is your refurbished IT partner. Head on over to their website or eBay shop posted in the chat to find all your refurbished PC needs. Whether corporate or private, they'll have you covered.
And we are back, Zhu. So this is going to be Valour's map pick, and I think EWAVE have just chosen to defend first. So as we saw Yeah, that's what I said. So EWAVE is going to be defending first. So they're going to choose the strongest side first on Valour's map pick. So let's see if EWAVE can start stacking these defenses. They're ideally going to be looking for a 5-1 split. A 4-2 is also not too bad, but 5-1 is sort of what you're aiming for. So this being Valour Esports map pick, I'm really hoping they have some kind of strategy to actually be able to attack this map. Because, as we said before, we've basically seen exclusively 5-1 splits across PBX so far on this map.
Yeah. That's it. So, EWAVE hasn't really good statistic on this map, and Valour on this way have a very good stats on map. So Valour, what I said as the sort of the stream, Valour wins once consulate as a 7-2 against Nexus, but EWAVE lost one and win one just as a very shortly score against 8-7, 8-7 for two last
Two
place
different
consulate.
matches.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
just about getting across the line in both of those matches.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Valour is a bit valuable on this map, only on statistic. So we don't see the same composition from EWAVE last day. We don't have the clash this time.
That is correct,
We
yeah.
don't have
There's
the
no clash. And also, I just wanted to touch on the bans quickly as well. So, coming from the major, Monty had a 60% ban rate. And across PBX, we've basically been following that completely as well. Monty's been banned on pretty much every time we've played Consulate so far. But yeah, very, maybe a different strategy coming out from EWAVE. And I think this is really good because obviously Valor Esports, EWAVE mentioned in an interview that they were counter-stratting. So it's nice to see that EWAVE have brought out a different strategy from their previous game. I like the fact that they're not being predictable by bringing the same sort of strategy. And if you look from the side of Valor Esports, I like the use of the MAV. I think the idea was to bring the Bandit to trick the Suicide Wall. So now we can basically open up the Suicide Wall with the MAV. There's nothing we can really do to stop it, unless we try and get a cheeky kill with a C4 or something like that. You can see there, the Bandit is gearing up to trick that wall. So he might be in for a surprise as MAV is about to start opening this wall up. Observer not showing us the best feed of the MAV here, but there we go. We can see that the MAV has already put a line of sight across this wall. Bandit is not going to be able to trick this wall now.
Little MAV trick. I haven't saw that before on labs.
For
We
Consulate
saw
anyway.
Maverick trick. On labs we saw Maverick trick, but a very large Maverick trick. So this time we saw the little Maverick trick. So I'm really happy to see that.
I was going to say, Bandit's just tucked himself into the suicide breach there, maybe thinking he's being held, not wanting to give away a pick, which is a smart decision. You are going to see defenders sort of clear out from the admin side. They should have full info now that admin side is fully clear, so we need to try and get some bodies into admin to actually take this ground to make sure none of the defenders can retake this. And as I say that, Nanoverse has made his way into the admin side on the Grim. He is going to be able to take all of this space as it is now free real estate. And as we spoke about before on this map, this corridor is the massive choke point. What utility can we do? How do we break past this sort of hallway into the bomb site? If EWAVE can just hold themselves and not give up any picks here, they want to sort of invite Valor into these anchor positions and fight them on site. As long as we don't overpeak, we've understood that we've given them admin side. Now it's on the attack to sort of push through this chokehold and find a way into the bomb site itself. That's almost a freebie for Nanoverse as the player below Visa is almost found, as Noit is getting tagged up there. But he's going to make his way, he's going to make escape with his life. And as we say that, Kex is overpeaked. as we say that, Kex is overpeaked. There's no need to contest that. He could have just tucked himself in near the doorway. So losing Kex there is a huge loss. That's one of the C4s gone as well. They are using the Flores drones to push out this Azami from playing this long desk area. This long desk is crucial to hold into, as they should have info that Flores just jumped in, and this guy's going to put so much pressure, but they're going to find him very easily as he's got two guys to fight. This is really well played from EWAVE, as even though they lost the Bandit early, they are playing these crossfires really well this Mew and his army holding onto this area as one will get found, the trade coming in from Basque, a triple on the round as he's the anchor for his team in this long desk area, and Noit to clean up the round. And that's going to be a clean defense coming in from EWAVE. A little bit disappointing from the side of VALOUR, as they just didn't have the plan I think they thought they would. This is their map pick, remember, so they should really be the ones like leading the attack. They cleared admin and then they got stuck. Zhu, across every consulate map, every team seems to get stuck here. Okay, cool. Gotcha. So yeah, it's not the greatest from VALOUR Esports, man. Like I was really hoping that this is generally speaking, every team has gone top floor so far. It should be expected that if we're going for an admin take, we should have a win condition. So Zhu, now that you got to watch that first round, how do you think teams can actually break past that hallway into the bomb site?
So what you mean?
So where Kapkan is right now, this hallway seems to be a massive choke point for the top floor. How do you think teams can actually push past it into the bomb site?
What we saw yesterday, some people felt about Kapkan's traps. So it's really strong to that. Maybe he's taking the second floor with positive verticality. So
yeah, he's going to be holding down onto the bomb site because it is going to be. It looks like it's going to be mid floor here. Yeah, it is going to be piano and exposition. So again, we spoke about this before. I feel like we're sounding like a broken record at this point. For those of you who haven't heard us talk about this before, this top floor is where these rounds are won and lost. There is no safe spot to plant on the bomb site if your defending team has vertical control. So that's why Kapkan and Legion are basically investing all of their utility to make it difficult to hold on to this top floor. I like to use the Flores drone to clear the desk. A lot of times, Basque is going to find a great entry onto... I don't know how you say this guy's name. Zofo is what I'm going to go with. Again, losing all of that utility, that's going to be a freebie for Noit as Deimos tries to get aggressive. And EWAVE just being gifted 1v1s. Why are we sending... Oh my god, Blitz has just dropped into Kapkan... Sorry, into Castle's shotgun as well. And I'm not sure what VALOUR's plan is here. We're just taking 1v1 50-50 gunfights, and EWAVE are having none of it. They've basically won each of these 50-50s so far, and now this 2v5 for VALOUR Esports is going to be a real mountain to climb.
Yeah, for me, Blitzpush is a bit late, or a bad comprehension from on the VALOUR way. So maybe a bit faster from VALOUR players. So for now, it's a bit easier to winning this from EWAVE for sure, but be winning. So we saw we know a bit VALOUR. We saw previously they can do that as 2 versus 5, maybe, but if they don't break the default camps,
it's too easy.
Just impossible.
It's too easy for Noit. Noit's really warming up here as he's popping off, finds the first and finds the second. And yeah, I don't know. But even though we have a blitz, why not just send the blitz in first? I'm not sure why Grim and Deimos are taking the entry gunfights when you have the blitz. It would have been probably a lot better to have your teammates push up behind the blitz, but again, EWAVE just looking, they'll take these freebies all day long.
Yeah, I really don't know. But I really like the VALOUR composition, but maybe too faster, maybe bad communication, maybe I don't know, because they have a Grim, Blitz, an Ace. They have too much agent to make push from giving information. So, like you said, why Blitz isn't the first as entry? I don't know.
It's crazy, right?
Really
but very
crazy.
Interesting to see that for basement, we are going to drop the buck for the Deimos. We already had the Jackal for the roam clear, And I think it would have been nice to have the roam clear as well as the vertical. We spoke about this time and time again, as you on your favorite bomb site, how strong the vertical
Yeah.
is on this map. So I'm not sure why we're dropping the buck. I think it would have been really good to have that soft distraction. I would have thought the Grim would have been maybe a better operator to drop before the Deimos. I don't think I agree with this change to
But
drop the
I can
vertical
I
operator.
can just I can understand it because they have a grim with the little
The bailiff, the pocket shotgun.
the Balif pocket shotgun, and as the same way you have a Jockle with it too. So we can play a verticality too. For me, isn't a big problem like that.
Gotcha.
Buck
As you can
is just
see,
easier.
I was gonna say, you
With
can
Buck
see
is
with
just
Deimos's
easier.
UI as well. He's found they basically spotted almost all the operators coming out from the side of EWAVE. So again, Zolfa's going to find a huge entry onto the Malusi on site. I'm pretty sure that is as he was playing the breach. But again, they can work the verticality with the Deimos pistol as well. That Deimos pistol has got amazing soft destruction too. So we might see a cheeky kill come out from the Scopos as he's going to retake yellow here. This is such a power position that you need to hold as Grim and Thermite are going to look to clear this together. But yeah, you can also work the verticality with the Deimos pistol. You can track the people in sight and get them to run away from the key positions. But again, the Blitz is still available as well. This is looking like a really good round for VALOUR Esports, as
Yeah.
Basque will trade one back, which is not what you want to see if you are VALOUR Esports.
Yeah. And it wasn't Visa Fit without nobody information from Valor. So very well played to Basque from this backside for sure.
I was going to say, as we move into this 4v4, Blitz is sending
Yeah.
his way down on his own, sort of down spiral. I'm not sure what the play is here. Is he's going to take a little bit of damage as his feet get, they touch his toes. Not ideal when you're a Blitz, and as he's been throwing the charge, that's going to be a freebie for Basque, as Zulfa will trade his teammate back as they pinch down together. But I'm not sure why the Blitz is just pushing down solo. Nanovas is going to find one with the Deimos pistol. This has shifted the favour back towards VALOUR Esports, but that sixth man on the clock keeps ticking down, and the lack of info on these remaining players is really going to start to cause some problems. These targets, as I say that, he just wins his entry gunfights even without the info, and they're now tracking the last guy. Should be able to get this plant down, no problem. And VALOUR Esports, despite giving the man advantage back to the defenders, have still found a way to clutch out the round and get themselves on the board. And that's such a good attack as well. We spoke about this before. Even just getting 2 attacks on this map can be game-changing.
Yeah, for sure. Like we thought previously, two attacks is you need only 2 attacks to win this map for sure. So Valor need one more. It's a big way for them. Just EWAVE can do that too, but if they lose 2 more defense, it's really hard for them to win this map.
I was going to say, EWAVE out of 15 rounds in the last map, out of the 8 times they attacked, they only won 1 of their attacks. So if EWAVE if they're going off EWAVE's previous record on this map, they do not want to have to try and get multiple attacks on the board. So if they don't get that 5-1 split, even if they do get the 5-1 split, again, because they only won 1 attack, that'd only take them to 6-0. And that would mean that VALOUR Esports would win in overtime on their defense. So again, EWAVE, they are going to go back to basement. They're going to repeat this site. Makes a lot of sense. They didn't lose it by too badly, so it's definitely worth a repeat. So hopefully they can hang on to the bodies and make sure they don't get traded out. As we see from the side of VALOUR Esports, they've brought pretty much the same lineup, but they've decided not to bring the Deimos this time for the roam clear. I love the addition of the Nomad. We spoke about this in previous games, how the backstabs have been so influential, especially on this map in particular. And I like the fact that Nanoverse has switched onto the Nomad. We just want to basically seal off these flanks to make sure there's no retake possibility coming in. As I say that though, Noit, who's been on a tear so far, who's 5-1, is going to find the entry onto that Nomad. If you look across the side of VALOUR Esports, you've got Envies as well as Cohen, both in the Donut Factory, basically always being the first pick in these rounds. And Noit and Basque are making full advantage of this as they are being fed freebies. and Tabara's going to find a second on the breach as well. He's pushed all the way up close to the breach here, but he's going to back off towards the yellow pillar. And this is a great start if you're an EWAVE fan, as we've now got a 5v3 in the first minute of the round.
Yeah, and Norwich can teleport as top again. I think the second rabbit isn't destroyed yet, so it can teleport again and make a backstab again. From them, I think they are having more information on him.
I was going to say, he can teleport for a late flank if he needs to, but there's going to be an engagement coming in here. And how do you lose that as the smoke? He had the shotgun out ready for that, but Cohen is going to find one back. And I think if you're EWAVE, this is where you just play your trades, you play your crossfires on site. You've got the 4v3 advantage with only a minute to go. I think this is where you just let the attack stall themselves out. There's not a lot of time for the execute to come in here, as it looks like they're going to gear up for a backtake. Blitz is going to tag up with the Grim to try and hit the back, as they also have the diffuser, looks like outside the main breach. I think the plan is to use you spoke about this in a previous series, you rotate 2 people to hit the back to cause some carnage, and then you let one guy try and sneak in on the backstab. So it looks like Grim and Blitz are going to try and be that distraction, as the Cohen with the diffuser is going to push down Spiral to try and help his team attack this bomb site.
Yeah. Well, if you have 4 players inside, maybe out from VALOUR to pick them. For sure.
I was going to say, the discipline from EWAVE right here is
Blitz,
what we want to see.
And Blitz is again alone. One time again.
Yeah, this is going to be a clean sweep from EWAVE. As Bask and Monster, Bask is on a heater right now as well, but this is not looking good from VALOUR. Like, this is their map pick. They really should have plans to deal with this aggression. Like, Bask and his teammate are just finding entries left, right, and center on these, like, seemingly 50-50 gunfights. I don't know if the drone work isn't there, but VALOUR Esports just seem to be walking into the open arms of EWAVE, and that's put EWAVE 3-1 up. They can now go back to the strongest site. And again, we spoke about this before. If this is going to be an admin take, which it looks like it will be, we need to find a way to push through this vending machine hallway. I was going to say, the Ying is available, the Capital is available. There's lots of operators that can enable you to push past this massive choke point.
Glass is available too. And my Rupesh, you can set it easily for VALOUR.
I was going to say, it'd be nice to see VALOUR switch to a CEO take, using those operators to plant on the window. But from the lineup which we have here, it looks like they're also going to go for a similar take to admin side. Looks like the heart is set on admin side. But my main question is how do we clear the long desk position? That long desk is where we saw 2 different players anchor and basically halt the whole push from EWAVE. From VALOUR Esports. EWAVE did a great job of holding that top spiral area. And these spawn peaks are coming in clutch for EWAVE as they find another one. And then it's going to be the Deimos, which is going to mean you're going to have no info later on the round to track these players. And EWAVE are doing a great job of being very aggressive, putting so much pressure on VALOUR and not letting VALOUR breathe, even outside of the map.
Yeah, it is. So, from VALOUR, I wanna see more agent to fulfilling verticality, negative and positive. I wanna see more big control, more information too, and principally more team play. Because previously on Chalet, we saw them as team play. I don't see the same team.
We want to see more energy, more footwork, more passion. We need to see more of everything coming in from the side of VALOUR Esports here. But then again, we can't be too harsh, right? They've got their one attack. If one attack is all we think they need, if they find maybe a couple of more rounds, it's almost like a bonus for VALOUR Esports. We've seen how defender-sided this map can be, and EWAVE are doing a great job of exploiting that, as Nock will find a trade back. That's very unfortunate that the C4 is going to get stuck on the top of the door frame as we see the entries come in, but Nanoverse is going to get traded out, not checking this coffin position, as they are going to hold on to the admin for the rest of... I don't think they're going to take admin control. as it doesn't seem like they've got much utility to get rid of the mute. Flores has got the flashbangs, but he's going to be joined by the knock on spiral stairs, as so the flashbang's a little far away to be able to clear that coffin player, as the Mav is going to get found anyway by his teammate on the admin side, and that just leaves these two players are left alone alive in a 4v2. They are jiggle peeking this, but Basque he's really feeling himself today as he racks up the first 10 kills only in the first 4 rounds. He's doing really, really well to give his team these frags. And Flores is going to be in 1v4, as they're going to keep swinging him. Hopefully they don't give away too many bodies. That's a nice little one-tap from Cohen to get the clutch going. He's got the pistol out. He's going to rotate towards yellow with 3 flashbangs still in pocket. He's got tools to work with. Those flashbangs maybe helping him get a freebie. But it looks like Basque and the rest of his team are going to double up with each other to not let Cohen find a way back into this round. But again, this is the second strongest site on this map, and EWAVE will clean it up. But as we move back to the tertiary bomb site, this is where, if we can, we need to see VALOUR Esports try and get another attack on the board to make themselves just a little bit more comfortable as we move into their defense.
Yeah, for sure. But because for EWAVE, if you have only 3, maybe if they win this, they have only 2 attacks from winning this map. So most easily, and on Montal is better for them for sure. And on the Valor way, if they made this attack, they put maybe them in the match. So I think they aren't in the match yet. So maybe the break before I've made them a breakdown, a mental breakdown. So maybe if because they win to 7-3, they are maybe mentally too comfortable against their
against this roster.
map.
They got too overconfident because they won so well on the first map. It could be. But then it could also be just how defender-sided this map is. Again, this is the tertiary bomb site. This is the third choice bomb site coming in for EWAVE. And this is where, if you're VALOUR Esports, this is where you've got to be thinking, this is our chance to go 4-2. Using little prone angles here under the barricade, try and get an opening free kill or some opening damage. At least nobody's been spawn peaked so far, which is nice to see. So we're very interested to see how VALOUR Esports can try and clear this top floor. We know that EWAVE, they spoke about being in stationary positions against their own opponents, so it looks like they're going to be trying to get active, as they're going to get a lot of damage onto the Azami, that is the Deimos, through the prone holes, finding the damage onto this Azami player. So that's a good start for VALOUR Esports. You've got some early chip damage onto one of the defending players. But the question is, how do we get into meeting? We are going to see a lurk as well from the Ash, and this could be a very 50-50. Seems like the castle is aware that this player is here, as Basque is going to find a nice entry, but Nanoverse is going to trade the castle back, but Basque is going to find another. Like, why are we just feeding Basque? We need to be taking like 2v1s, 3v1s against this player rather than just giving him 1v1s, as Basque is he's feeling himself so much, he's just going to keep slamming on you. I don't understand how the side of VALOUR Esports can't seem to pinch out these players. It's really poor. So Basque just being fed another couple of kills to keep EWAVE on the tear here.
Yeah.
And now you're going to be stuck as well, right? Like, if you're VALOUR Esports, well, what do? Your whole plan's been destroyed by one player.
Yeah. Just one player can make all the way. Cohen is taking Basque from administration, so nobody's here on the second floor. Maybe it's clear. I'm not sure.
Looks clear to me. Looks clear to me. So it's good. It's really well played. We've got to give credit where it's due for VALOUR Esports to find that pick onto Basque and actually get into this top floor. The question is now, what do we do with this top floor? We've got no breaching charges on either of our soft destruction operators, so we can't work our own vertical onto the bomb site. So the question is which way do we want to head down to the site? How do we want to find a way to execute? Because to move these players around the site is now going to be difficult. Unless Deimos has some information, he's only spotted out the Legion, which is not going to be very helpful finding out where the remaining players are on the site. He's still got all 3 trackers available as well. He's now got the Azami also to be able to track. We will see him use his first track of the round, but there's only 20 seconds left. Like, if you're EWAVE Esports, you can just sit on site and wait for these guys, as Noit's going to find his first pick onto the Zofia. He shouldn't be peeking this. He's just going to let the Deimos chill out here, as there's no need to peek. His teammates should be holding the crossfire, which they're not, as Deimos brute forces his way into the objective, and there is no diffuser though. Wherever Mute killed the first player, is dropped the diffuser. It's now a 1v1, but the bomb is not going to go down as it's been found elsewhere. And just this is a great round from EWAVE. Even though VALOUR Esports managed to clear that second floor, they just did no way of getting into the bomb site itself. So EWAVE just decided, yeah, we'll just sit here, we'll chill out. There's no vertical being played on us. We don't really have to do anything. Nice little tech timeout as well coming in from the side of VALOUR Esports. This is now the side switch. So 5-1 is exactly what we expected.
For me, it's too late. For me, the timeout is too late. I wanted maybe a minimum of 1 round ago. Maybe 2 rounds will be really fine, but now is maybe too late. It's
But
fine
also, it
to
is at the
talking,
half.
but
Hang on, because it
they
is
are
the...
12. But if maybe if the timeout with was picking 2 rounds ago, maybe they can win maybe 1 or 2 more attacks. But we
very,
never
very
know.
true. But I
But
like
we
I
never
also
know.
like the fact that they have actually used it. We've seen a couple of series where they just didn't feel the need to use the tech timeouts. But I think if I was the VALOUR captain, I'd be saying to my teammates, look, we are 5-1 down, but this is a defensive-sided map. It's 60% to the defense, and this is where we make our comeback. Let's make sure we remember our defensive strats. Let's make sure what everyone's make sure everyone knows where they're playing. Make sure everyone's got the strats up, and that way everyone knows where they're reinforcing. Let's get organized and make sure we know what we're doing, right? So I don't think for VALOUR Esports, it would be nice if they got maybe 1 or 2 more attacks if they used the attack timer earlier. But it's nice that they've been like, let's reset, let's move into our half. And Envy's here, still 0-6, not really having no assists either, not really having any contribution to his team so far in the terms of gunfights. Maybe that's why they've stuck him on the Tachanka. He can use that fire, play that late round, and use that clock to his advantage, try and help his team out with some utility. But as you see on the side of EWAVE, we have a Capital. Finally, we have one of these enabling operators that should make it easier to push into the bomb site and actually get these attacks to work.
I don't believe it. Yesterday by Noit's Capital. Yesterday was just insane with the sergeant. So maybe he can do the same. Maybe
he can keep up the entry work on that Capital.
Yeah.
So we are going to see the suicide balcony opened up here, but Monster's going to get a huge opening pick onto Nanoverse, and that's all of the Azamis you're going to lose as well, because the longer the Azami stays alive, the more Kiva barriers you can put down. And Fenrir is going to try and get a little bit more aggressive as he pushes into the coffin area, but it seems like EWAVE are pretty wise to what's going on here, as they are now going to clear this coffin position again. They are going to get the break room walls open, as they still give them long lines of sight into the projector objective. And this is where the Capital, the Grim, as well as the Flores will really shine. You've got nades, you've got flashbangs, you've got fire and smokes to be able to force your way into this objective. And the win condition normally is clearing the long hallway next to long desk. We might see a cheeky kill here. Always tagged him, just shot him in the chest, not the head. That could have been a nice little one-tap from Bask. But not quite finding the kill.
Just a server lag. Maybe a server lag this time.
Doesn't matter. Colin's decided he's going to peek it instead. I know it's going to forget for a freebie as they hold this angle. But the question is now, how much time can we burn with the Tachanka? We've now cleared that long desk position, and this is where we can start looking to get the bomb down on default. The remaining challenge is going to be, can we clear the Fenrir from close on A-bomb? And unfortunately, there isn't many ways to actually dislodge this player. But apparently the Bailiff is the perfect tool to do that. As they push into the bomb site, the fire is going to pop as Grim goes deep, and the rest of his team are going to push with him as they find the Tachanka too. Mute's last alone in a 1v5, as this is going to be a flawless execute, it looks like, from EWAVE, as the bomb is now going to go down. Our Solon's going to have to do a big rotation here, and all the guns are pointed to CEO as they think they know the rotation's coming in. Capital getting a little bit aggressive as Kex goes down. Oh, sorry, the Grim getting a little bit aggressive, but 1v5, 1v4 now for Mute has got it all to do as he's going to be found by Basque. And Basque has just been such a star. Like, he's having amazing entries. Like, I don't know what he had before the map. Maybe, you know, the game's being a lot later. He's had a good dinner, he's had a good rest, and he seems to be flying right now.
Yeah. We are maybe going on the third map. Huh? For now.
I was going to say, if we go all the way to Cafe, we'll finally get to see another map that hasn't been played yet.
Yeah.
So without cursing anything, that is a huge round for EWAVE, though. But especially after Valor's tack timeout as well. Valor would have been saying in their tack timeout, look, let's start getting some defenses on the board. Let's win our first one strong. Let's get our second one strong. Maybe even win our third one. And EWAVE have just come out flawless. I think if you looked at the HP across the side of EWAVE, they were all full HP as well, other than the Grim, who unfortunately got killed in the last sort of 10 seconds or so. But it was, other than that, it was like a flawless execute from EWAVE. So if you're EWAVE, this is going to put you in such a good place mentally to be like, we're 6-1 up. We now have 5 opportunities to win this game to take us into map 3.
That's it. It's very, very hard on mental for Valor. They know they need to win 5
rounds
defense,
back to back.
5 rounds back to back. They can't make a mistake. They can't make a mistake. They know.
I was gonna say, there's no room for error, right? There's no room for error, like, at all.
Yeah.
But again,
maybe
also, I have to just, I have to point this out. Both of these teams have started bringing flank watch. I don't know if these teams were listening to us yesterday or a VOD review when we said these backstabs were so strong, but now for this basement site, we've seen both of these teams bringing flank watch, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Like, it's nice to see that these teams
really
realize
awesome.
that these are where our weaknesses are, and it's nice to see some flank watch actually being brought, because we were banging on about it left, right, and center yesterday in the quarterfinals. So it's nice to see some adaptations from these teams to actually make sure they've got some flank watch to prevent that from happening later on.
I'm really happy to see that, for sure. Just once again.
Monsters found another entry.
Yeah.
As the Mew was running away, I think they've wallbanged him.
This time, the Blitz isn't alone. You have 2 players against Blitz to make revenge or to make pressure, and Noit sound it and kept his kill about on the hatch. So
100%. They're playing this really well. Like, EWAVE looks so strong. Normally, this, like, we haven't seen, I don't think, any teams be this strong yet on their attacks. And EWAVE have set themselves up really, really good for this execute. The only problem I can see is the Mozzie, who's waiting for his moment as he tries to peek out. Maestro's gone huge, as we now end up this it's a 2v1 now, as it's all kill feed goes all blue. Maestro letting the Alda sing as he finds all of the attackers. We said there was no room for error, and the remaining teammates of Valor Esports going huge to keep Valor Esports in this game. And that's going to hopefully give Valor a lot of confidence moving into their next defense, as they are going to repeat back to top floor. EWAVE, I think, you'll be a little bit gutted, as you did have, like, I think it was a 5v3 advantage that you've just now somehow thrown away. It's just really well played by the Maestro. You let that Alda sing, you found the headshots, and but I think if you're EWAVE, you could just laugh it off and be like, we gave it 1 round. It's not too bad. So EWAVE are going to have to attack this top floor again. And what would you like to see Valor Esports do differently this time? Because obviously EWAVE had a flawless attack last time. What can Valor Esports do to stop EWAVE from looking so strong?
For me, if you put a shield just behind the soda, it's a very hard way from attacking this this corridor.
100%.
You see, you have literally a line with the corridor. You can't, if you put just 1 shield, you can't across. Just
100%.
No.
I was going to say, they have the Azami as well, so they could spare one of the Azami barricades and put it on the soda machine and have the Wamai play behind it. That way, EWAVE have to spend a lot of utility to clear and work for this position. So it'll be interesting to see if that's how one of the setups they are using, or if the Azami is playing deep inside of like break room, for example.
Yeah, for example. So just behind the Azami, you have the soda. You know, the distributor. I don't really. I'm not really sure how to
soda machine.
It.
Soda machine
soda
is
machine.
the vending machine, soda machine, whatever you want to call it. I think if you're American, you'll be calling it the vending machine. No, I think vending
soda machine
in Europe. Yeah, soda machine's American.
just to keep it, if someone is behind it, if really hard from attack to
clear
get
that
out
position
from the clear the position. It's really hard, but I think you can't use verticality. It's
the floor
hard
is
way.
completely hard. You're completely and they're doing it. Azami's going to get a freebie here, by the way, as Grim has no idea the Azami's got aggressive. But they've done the exact thing we wanted them to do. They've put the Azami machine on that vending machine, and they are using the Azami to slow down the attack of EWAVE here. And I love this adaptation. They've done exactly what we thought they would. And sort of stack all of these keeper barricades on the vending machine and in and around this area, as 3 different teammates are going to try and clear this. But we don't need to swing this aggressively into break room. So you've got to understand as the defense where your hard line is. Like, where do we want to actually take the engagements? As you see, Grim has been, the Whammy's been found as he's just over swinging. Like, you have to play off somebody's contact, and the Whammy's just overswung, which has given the complete control away. As you see, EWAVE completely capitalize on this moment as they spring forward into this hallway. Now they've taken the control that they needed. Fenrir's going to be found as they bait the melee. Fenrir thought he'd get a freebie on the Flores, but the cover was there from the team. And now EWAVE are playing this so well. The team play is there, and they're in this 4v3. But now the question is, these remaining defenders are sitting deep in sight. The question is that Tachanka can keep burning the last 30 seconds with his fire. He's got 14 of those canisters in pocket. As one of the players is going to hit the deck, playing this close angle with the shotgun. As Basks finds another, the Tachanka is still alive. He can keep burning that default position as the fire goes out. Unfortunate, again, the C4 does not hit his mark. He's going to be able to retrieve it. But now the question is, can we deny this bomb from going down? It's all on Tachanka as the C4 shot out as well. They have denied the plant. They need to get another player on this ASAP if they do want to stick this diffuser. But the question is, are we going to go for the kills? They found a kill with the shotgun too. I was going to say, can he keep the cover? It's a 2v1 for the time the bomb goes down. He finds the first on the cover. This diffuser is now going to go down. Tachanka not having enough fire left to find his mark. And Bask, being the god that he is going to find both to send EWAVE into our final map. What a round!
Yeah,
that's the round we wanted. It was so close for VALOUR Esports.
Yeah, very close.
All of them almost finding their way. Yeah, almost finding their way back into that round. What a round! What a round!
Right, an amazing round, for sure. Just, I think it was lost from EWAVE, but they showed them they can win this attack.
100%.
When
I was going to say, so the problem is the fire actually did its job. They managed to deny the first plant attempt from the ace, and then the shotgun found the second in the round as the execute was happening to take it down to a 2v2. And then it was really well played for Bass to be like, look, I'm going to go push this guy that can deny you. You grab that bomb and you just stick it. And then Bask just, he's on fire. Like, he found both of the kills on the cover to send his team into this final map. So that's a big round coming in for EWAVE. They got battered on the first map, but this is going to be so good for their mental coming into the final map. They've just had an equally as good map of their own on their opponent's map pick. So it's going to be huge for them to go into the final map with such confidence. So we are going to jump to a short break. We will see you guys after this very short break as we get the teams ready for our final map. So don't go anywhere, guys. We'll see you guys after the break.
See you after the break.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. We have got our final map for today. This is going to be, we're going to have Cafe, which is going to be our final map for VALOUR Esports versus EWAVE. So we're going to go to the map bracket screen here. As you can see, we've had both of these teams win on their opponents' maps and also win in convincing fashion. So we saw VALOUR Esports absolutely take EWAVE's map 7-3, and then EWAVE were all over Consulate with a 7-2 victory, and neither of these teams have played Cafe so far in PBX, so we should have a really, really exciting final map on our hands here as we move into Cafe. And I'm going to have a quick word from our sponsors, and then we'll see you guys in Cafe.
Huge shout out to IT Discount 24 for sponsoring the PBX Pro Series 6. IT Discount 24 is your refurbished IT partner. Head on over to their website or eBay shop posted in the chat to find all your refurbished PC needs. Whether corporate or private, they'll have you covered.
Okay, we are back and we are loading into, should be Cafe, but this is Cons. There we go. Now we're loading into Cafe. As we move into Cafe here, this could go either way, I think. We haven't seen either of these teams play Cafe, but especially the top floor has become very predictable on how to attack. We've seen, I don't know if you guys are watching the Montreal Major, but a lot of teams have chosen, especially VP, just chose not to take the top floor. Again, Monty ban, this is so expected at this point. Again, from the Montreal Major, he had like a 55% ban rate. So EWAVE just not wanting to deal with this Monty at all. It's been their permaban throughout all of the maps they've been playing. So not surprised to see that the Monty has been banned. VALOUR Esports also banned Doki in the last map, so maybe Dokubi is their hard ban. Very interesting to see how the defensive bans go, Ju. I think the defensive bans are way more important on this map.
Azami, for sure. Because
this makes a lot of sense.
But not really, because you have I forgot his name. Explosive drones. Flores.
He's French. He's French as well. You should know. Is he French?
Yeah.
Pretty sure Flores is French, right? He's a French thief.
If you have Flores, you don't need to ban Azami because it's really easy to destroy them, and you have a bug to play negative verticality. You have Deimos too, so you have so many ways to unload Azami from the piano and from maybe all of the way. So
I would love to agree with you.
I prefer maybe maybe arcade ban, maybe a Scopus ban. Scopus is very strong on this map. Maybe a Goyo.
But just to play the other side, if you look at the Montreal Major, Azami was banned 44% of the time across like all of the maps. So I think Azami is definitely a very powerful operator, and I can see why teams want to ban it. She can just be a nightmare to deal with. We get a nice little view of the Pog mats here, and it's interesting to see that EWAVE have gone to Kitchen first. This is probably a really good time to let everybody know watching that this is, again, one of the most defender-sided maps in the game. Again, using some of the stats from the Montreal Major, we saw that when this was played internationally, this had a 61% defensive win rate. So again, this is very similar to Consulate, that like EWAVE starting on the defense, they want to be getting that 5-1 split, or even maybe a possible 6-0. That kind of split is what can almost guarantee you a victory. You saw in the previous map, when EWAVE went to VALOUR's map, that 5-1 split is what caused them to have an easy 7-2 victory, I think it was. So VALOUR Esports are going to have a real mission. They haven't even shot the default cam outside, as I think Whammy's getting ready for the run out here as Buck propels up to the roof. This could be a really free kill if Whammy times this correctly, as they just haven't shot the default cam. How at this level do you forget to shoot the default cam?
Really insane.
We'll have to see if Whammy's still got that camera available and if Buck is going to get on the rappel. But yeah, that's a freebie, as they've made vertical. Kex has held the Buck through the floor, and obviously Whammy being on the camera has seen the Buck be there the whole time, and Blitz is just looking into the mining area, wondering how the hell has my Buck just died. But if you're not sure how that happened, you could make vertical from the kitchen site into mining for that window. And Buck, just being careless, has gone headfirst into it. Solon is going to trade one back, though. That's a good pick onto the Mozzie as to even up the man count. But the problem is Mozzie, all you lose is a C4. All of his pets are already placed down. You've now lost one of your main vertical operators. You've still got the ram, so it's not so bad. But the reason you need the Buck is to clear the bunker position. You see where Ram is ramming right now. You normally want to shotgun the angles in towards the bunker or the coffee machine to be able to dislodge all of the anchors in that area.
But we have 2 shotguns, Ram and the Jackal with
100%.
them. So maybe I'm not sure you need
The Buck
a
as
back.
well as.
Yeah.
100%. And the Swammy's not just realised that the vert is open right above his head, as Valve have done a great job of converting this round as they lost the opening. They found the K2, and that vertical has become absolutely crucial. As using the Blitz as well, they've had all the right win conditions for this kitchen execute. The Blitz to clear bakery as they push in, as well as the vertical has worked together perfectly to flush out the bakery player, and the whole defense has just collapsed as the Blitz pushes into bakery. A great trade onto the final player, and this is what we want to see. It looks like Valor had a really, really good plan for their attack. They understood, look, this is what we need to do to win the round, and I'm hoping we see more of this, Yu. I like the fact that we've got actually clean executes. It's
really,
nice to see.
Really clean. But if you make an in global anti-rooming, you need sometimes if 2 players are on rooming, and if you don't kill them, you lost too much time. So that's why I don't playing verticality and just pushing on the white with the clear back with and Nomad. I'm playing Nomad, Ace, Tacha, and maybe a Doki or a Lion, and I played a Gridlock too, and I don't care about rumors. I just push on site with information, and that's all. I don't
I was
need
going
more.
to say, only one Roma made it easy to take the vertical, I think is why Valor Esports went for above. And it's good to see that Valor Esports have actually drawn the objective and switched onto the Cali. I was a little bit worried seeing the lineup that they weren't going to have anything to deal with the mirrors themselves. So I like to switch onto the Cali, but I also like the utility being brought from EWAVE. They have the Aruni as well as the Jaegers to sort of protect this utility that's been placed by the mirror.
Yeah. It's literally a better way to keep a Kali from very, very long lines against an Ash.
Huh? How is that Cali shot not taking out the Aruni? What? There's no rook on the board. Only maybe shot him in the arm. It's too far. It has damage drop off? Okay, good to know. I think maybe he shot him in the arm. I don't think Cali's drop off is...
It's a bit too far and on his hand. So not making too more damage.
Yeah, so Rooney's going to learn her lesson there. As Cali looking like she's struggling to clear this mirror. I think all the Jaeger devices being stacked on the freezer side have basically stopped this, basically completely prevented. Yeah, there you go. Both ADSs working really, really well to deny Cali from taking out this mirror. And now this is where they're going to have a problem. I'm surprised they didn't use anything to try and burn the ADS. Like, you can't just assume that there's not going to be anything protecting the mirror. The Aruni gate being the first giveaway, Mute is going to make the smart decision and back away here, trying to get one with the C4. But this is where it's going to be really tough from the side of Valor Esports. They are going to chase this Mute as they've seen him drop away, but it's too little too late. They brought the Cali to deal with the mirror, but they forgot to bring the burn. You have to use flashbangs or something to actually be able to clear the mirror. So a real misplay coming in from the side of Valor Esports, not being able to take care of this utility. And now just the 2 hard supports left on the Cali and the Ace. Still one of those pellets left, but Frost is going to get aggro. Bask finding another, as he's just swinging everything, finding all the kills. As in this 1v5, 1v4 now, as the Mute is downed. Solon's got it all to do as he's got to try and find all his remaining players. Bask getting over aggressive, the trade coming in from Noit. As EWAVE, not really having to do a whole lot. The setup that they brought just worked out really, really well. A little bit of a misplay coming in from the Kali. She used 3 out of 4 of her gadgets, which were all caught by the Jaegers. So, I think you have to burn this utility. Like, you can't just assume there's going to be nothing protecting it. I think it's just, it's a bit sloppy, if you ask me, coming in for VALOUR Esports.
Yeah, is it? But VALOUR need a bit more information for that. They need a bit more information, good adaptation from VALOUR stuff for sure. EWAVE, my bad. So EWAVE need a bit more information from VALOUR stuff. But I'm really happy to see their adaptation. But this time they don't have a Jaeger, so this time the Kali is really valuable, and this time works for sure.
100%. Like, now that there is no Jaeger, they should actually be able to clear the mirror this time. Interesting to see that, so for a lot of the time, this hold for mining, not for mining, sorry, for reading and dining is a very, very almost identical hold to what we just saw for the actual cocktail defense itself. So I'm not sure why we would drop the Jaeger. I think the Jaeger is just as useful on this top floor. Maybe the idea is we're going to only burn half the round on the top floor itself, then retreat back to the middle floor. We saw in the major itself, Virtus Pro, they just didn't hold the top floor at all. Normally common practice is, we're going to play the mirror upstairs, we're going to waste like half the round, soak up a lot of this utility off-site, so that way there's not much utility left to attack the actual bomb site itself. That seems to be the approach EWAVE has gone with. They're like, we're going to try and hold this top floor. The other thing is you can use that negative verticality you spoke about to look down into the bomb site. So, you can make sure you could basically watch all of the site doors from above. So it just creates extra problems that VALOUR Esports have to solve.
Big mirror position, but she ran away. But for me, Valrus push is a bit late, a bit slowly. But I know it's hard from attacking this map for sure. It's when I saw that, like the castle ball ban has a big value, so you don't
what a
have.
shot! Kelly's found him. That mirror's been popped. So yeah, as Kelly repelled in, they've downed the player on the side of the Malusi. So Blitz is going to push forward now as one of these anchor defenders has been found. They also know one is holding this bathroom position. That's going to be the cleanup. There you go. But Bass gets one back from this position in the bathroom. As here comes the Blitz, he should be flashed, but somehow Fenrir is finding a way to make this work. Another trade coming in elsewhere, as we're going to be able to 3v3, but as the dust settles, EWAVE are going to come out with the health advantage in this 3v3. And as we see this guy sneak forward, Twitch might find a freebie onto the top of this staircase. I don't think they know the Twitch is deep. As Noid's going to find one, Monster finds the other. That lurking from the side of the Twitch is not working out, as the defense was well aware of what was going on. And now Solon again, he's having a rough day today because his team just cannot seem to find the entries that he wants them to. So once again, on this ace, he's going to be the last left alive. He is not baiting his team, as many people might think. He just happens to be the hard support. This is the rough life of being a hard support. You do all the hard work you can, you try and draw your team in, but if they just don't win their gunfights, this is what happens. You get left in these 1v3s.
Big hard way for me. Just a
little bit windy. So a little bit windy is there's a little bit of whiffing from the ace. From the defenders onto the ace. But Goya will clean it up. Nice little play together to make sure the ace doesn't clutch the situation. But this was better. At least we saw some aggression from VALOUR. We saw some of that teamwork from the first map to sort of trade each other back and forth. But then some of those later gunfights just not going the way of VALOUR Esports.
Yeah. So I'm really happy to see that. For sure, like you said, on the first map, we see a big team play from VALOUR. On the second map, you don't see it. So on the third map, if you see it, it's a very big, valuable way, for sure. So EWAVE composition is interesting. is really interesting. So with Scopus, we know him. We can teleport as his second robot, Smoke, for winning sometimes, from denying some pushes. Amira, I'm not really happy to see her because you don't have Jaeger, any Jaeger or any Wamai playing with her to deny Black Mirror, but maybe, but
I was going to
I don't
say, but
know
if you
if
look at the
Big
lineup of
Trick.
VALOUR Esports, they've brought none of those operators that would be affected by Jaeger or Whammy to actually deal with the mirrors. So Whammy isn't playing this bakery position. Here comes the blitz. His feed is going to get tagged. He shouldn't be able to. He somehow just walks past the guy on small bake window as he's going to keep challenging the
He
blitz.
can run out.
So, I was
It's
going to say,
amazing.
I was going to say, how he's made his way out of bakery now, I'm not sure, but he's somehow got away with his life. But he has been found elsewhere. Nanoverse will find him. And I like this from VALOUR Esports. They've gone directly into the bomb site, but can they ignore the vert? So this vert is being held. Skopos will lose his gunfight as Twitch finds one. Skopos getting a little bit unlucky there. The metal bars leaving Twitch on 1 HP. As Mira trades one back, Cohen gets the trade again. Both of the remaining players are on site, but because all of the utility has been invested above, and VALOUR Esports have had a really good read just to go direct, Bask will find one. He's been the star of the team so far, but Nanoverse will swarm him. The whole of VALOUR Esports hitting this bakery site together, hitting the site direct, ignoring all of that utility placed above, making an excellent call to go direct, and they've just completely overwhelmed the defense there. And what a round from VALOUR Esports.
From this time, I think Valo are information from 2 players of EWAVE was roaming, so they are just pushing side and well played, and just well played. Played
Yeah,
better.
it was a really, really well played from VALOUR Esports. And now they've got their 2 attacks. This is like the most successful attacks that we've seen throughout PBX so far. Chalet doesn't really count because it's an attacker-sided map, but it's nice to see that this like actually really even between the attack and the defense so far in this game. VALOUR Esports, I think, if they get any more attacks, we'll think of it as a bonus. Like having the first, just having 2 attacks is huge. A 4-2 split is sort of a really good expectation to have. But considering there's still 2 rounds left on the attack, if VALOUR Esports can adjust to actually burn the to burn these burn the mirrors this time, then they should be okay. They brought the Blackbeard, I think, to play the windows to help Ash burn the mirrors or help clear the mirrors. So look, I like to see that. I like the adaptation coming in from VALOUR Esports. We've now actually got some burn. You can see we've got smokes. We've got some. We've got 2 sets of smokes and some flashbangs to help Ash clear these mirrors. Cheeky little spawn peek coming up from Kex. He's not going to find anything here. We saw those work out really well. I was going to say a little bit late as well. But actually, the Blackbeard is going to go straight to this window. And if you didn't know, you can actually just straight up shoot this mirror from the window the Blackbeard is on. There isn't, unless you place the mirror window all the way to the right, which means it's more awkward to swing the mirror, the little canister does stick out, and the Blackbeard is going to try and pop this. I don't know if he's actually popped it or not. Maybe Observer can show us if the mirror has been cleared. Because there is one mirror in bathroom, the other one obviously playing in top white. I think the Blackbeard has cleared it as he's got off the window. We aren't going to see on the Twitch stream either. No, the mirror is still there. Okay, so Blackbeard not finding the edge of the canister, so it looks like they might have placed it so he can't actually shoot it. So we are going to have to burn the ADSs and get Ash to clear this mirror. They've also not got the wall open here on Ticket, which is commonly known as. The mute jammer providing some difficulties, as someone's going to have to get on rappel here to go and shoot this jammer. But it's a minute and a half almost wasted already from the side of VALOUR Esports, and we aren't even in the building yet. And we've still got so much utility to clear. I'm a little bit worried for the side of VALOUR Esports.
Yeah. This time maybe the 6th player win from EWAVE. I think this time the 6th player win. Maybe 60-90% sure.
Yeah, that clock is going to keep ticking down as Frost is going to take some damage. Nice little damage coming in from the side of the Blackbeard. Zulfo is going to find one. Noit, who's been a great player so far, is going to be found. That's going to be a huge loss for Valor. And maybe the patience from Valor is actually really going to pay off here. The Blitz is going to push this pixel position. He's not going to over-aggress. He is just going to sit here, let his team try and cover him as he pushes up to this pixel position. The Frost and the Mirror are working together to not let this Blitz find any more kills. And this is where VALOUR Esports are stuck kind of putting the heat on, but Basque is going to find the Blitz. It's now a 4v4, but they should have some of the control that they need. But Monster's going to find another one, as Nanoverse is going to be found. They find the Blackbeard too, and now this is not looking good for the side of Valor. It's still only a 2v3. It's very winnable, as they now have the control they wanted to try and maybe push in and get the plant down. Smokes have been used, so no utility to help actually push into the inner bar here. So Trash is a very common plant, but the crossfires from EWAVE just look so strong, as Cax is going to find the first. And now 1v3 again for Solon, as his team is falling to pieces all around him. He's got a mirror to deal with, he's got another mirror to deal with. He's not going to find anything, and I feel sort of bad for Solon, as his team just cannot seem to get anything going. Like, when they're losing these rounds, they're losing them in a very... How do you explain? Sorry, when EWAVE are winning these defenses, they're winning them in a very convincing fashion. But again, VALOUR Esports having their 2 attacks, it's not so bad, right? It is one of the strongest sides in the game. It's okay if we get battered, because we have actually managed to break the kitchen site, so it's not the end of the world.
Like you said, maybe one more attacks is just bonus. It's just really a strong bonus. So if they lose this remaining attack, isn't a big problem from VALOUR, for sure. But I like this adaptation from Besk with the visual, because I think maybe a Deimos like this maybe was Deimos and a Jackal on the last way. So very interesting pick, but this time VALOUR is picking IQ, so we can see him while he's using his gadget.
The other thing that I'm trying to figure out is, have they brought the Brava instead of the Ash just to be able to hack the Malusis and the Aruni gates? I would have thought clearing the mirror would be more important for VALOUR Esports. Like, again, they've got nothing to clear these mirrors. Unless they could lob ace charges across the map, like from Cigar Shop onto the cocktail balcony and stuff, I don't really understand how, like, the Brava is useful, sure, to clear like the Aruni gates or hack the Malusis, but the mirror is the main win condition from EWAVE, and we're just making our life difficult by not bringing the right tools to clear this in the easiest way possible.
Yeah.
Like, just bring the Ash with a flashbang.
Yeah. And I hope the Ying was picking Brava before was better. I think Ying on Black Mirror is really better like a Brava for sure.
100%. So yeah, lots of other operators they could bring instead of the Brava, but you know, interesting. I think maybe seeing all of that utility that EWAVE have brought that is hackable, that could be why they brought this. But I like this from Blitz. Maybe the idea is we just ignore the mirror for now and we just send it deep. But this fire is very, very well placed to give the player in bathroom a chance to fall away. And this is the tactics from EWAVE really paying off. You can see how EWAVE thought this through, that like, you know, if we're going to get pushed on Pixel, we can pop a canister, burn some time, and also let our player survive and get out of there. We should still have, that's a great C4 as well, get to find the ace, as Solon's going to go down. He's actually been the first pick this time.
No, EWAVE players are remaining on the third floor, so it's really well played for
also,
them.
If you look at the clock, that sixth man, there's only a minute left. In clearing all of these players top 4, there's only like 50 seconds left in the round, so this is a really smart decision from EWAVE to completely back off and just play the bomb site. They've soaked up a lot of the utility that VALOUR Esports have brought, as Cohen's going to find one back though, and that's huge on the Vigil. Being able to find that Roma and have that information, have this pillar control for later in the round. So now the question is, from VALOUR Esports, where do we want to execute? Because the site is reading, we can either go pillar, or we can try, as I say, we see that the team is rotating to, I think, get that pillar execute down. We could plant backwards with the blitz, we could get the IQ to plant, but I think the plan is that Monster's just found another one as he flanks. He's found a second too. Guys, we can't just let this guy find all these flanks. It's those backstabs we spoke about. Just coming and clutching again as Monster finds two. He might get a third here as well, as the IQ is going to swing in. Now, these guys need to go fast. IQ is going to have to go huge on the cover, but this fire is going to help the defense close the attack out of sight. And unfortunately, there's nothing the Blitz can do, as that clock, being the sixth man, is the defense's best friend. You can see how important the Goyos are. In those last 30 seconds, the canisters lasting 25 seconds each means that VALOUR Esports had no way back into the site.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Always the same. Always sometimes we thought that that's the 50 times we thought that on this match the 6 players just carried the game, just carrying the game. Oh, we thought and cocktail push. This is a cocktail push. With
Let me take a look at the lineup. Yeah, this is a fast plan. This is a fast plan. So some variation of a fast plan coming in here from EWAVE.
This is a fast plan on solo window on cocktail.
100%.
Just beyond the observatory.
I was going to say, there is no warden on the side of VALOUR Esports here, so EWAVE could, this could be a really, really good attack. They just need to make sure that they keep that element of surprise. When you're going to go for this kind of fast plant, especially like with me and my rank stack, what happens is we go 3-2-1, and then someone goes, hang on a minute, I'm not ready. But by that time, the Amaru's already in sight, and the Yings forgot to Ying. So what we need to see from EWAVE is just to make sure that all of these players coordinate this push properly. The other thing that we need to see from VALOUR is to recognize that there's no pressure on the piano side. Like, as you can see, all of the EWAVE players are gearing up towards this cocktail side, and if this is all going to come down to if VALOUR Esports can realize that there is no pressure coming from the piano side. There is no players over there currently, and we are going to try and get the buck in below. The Valkyrie should now be spawning out to his team, look, I'm being pressured from this side of the map. I don't think it's a regular take. It's going to be an East take. So as long as VALOUR Esports can recognize that, look, this is the take, then they should be in a position to actually be able to deny this attack.
So, if you know a bit Pro League, BDS make this attack third time and wins third times. So it's a very strong attack. But
Malusi is right here.
No way.
I was going to say, Malusi is waiting for this. She's in the corner, will be on 1 HP after that happens. But they are going to find the trades back. But all the trades are going back and forth as Cohen and his teammate stack for 2. And he's now down to a 2v2 as this is all popping off. Envies is going to get a free shotgun to the face onto the player aggressing into shop. And now it's in a 2v1 situation for Monster to try and win this out. It is 2 isolated fighters. One is in shop, one is in white. And if you're the one here, you just have to hold yourself. Don't let this scrim sort of take a fight on yourself. Try and give info to your teammate to take a 2v1. As you can see, this Cohen is looking to see where the player has gone, and he will win the fight. And again, it was just the good positioning from the side of VALOUR. I think VALOUR recognized, look, it's going to be an East take. Let's get bodies in position to defend against it, and that's really well played from VALOUR Esports.
A bit mistake from Amaru push. I don't push on this window. It's too hard from planting on pushing on the on this window. It's too hard for Amaru. Without information, it's too hard. You need to be clear.
Compared to the cocktail window, if you just flash like stacks as well as the cocktail double, I think it's easier to get the Amaru into the actual cocktail window rather than the heaven window. So interesting strat there. Maybe there was a trigger that they were looking for and they thought it was good, because you did see the Malusi run to that corner last second. So it could be that as they were going 3-2-1, send it. They've just got unlucky timing with the. They've got unlucky timing, I guess, with the Malusi.
Yeah.
But either way, this is a really good start for VALOUR Esports. They won their top floor, and it's interesting that they want to go to reading second. Normally, you see Kitchen be the preferred second strongest site. So if this VALOUR Esports is a team that don't like Kitchen, we might also see a trained defense coming in. Another thing to note is VALOUR Esports have gone with the more traditional mirror setup as well. You saw when EWAVE was defending, they double reinforced the left side of Cocktail and put the mirror in bathroom. whereas VALOUR Esports have gone with the more traditional approach, which is to put one in laundry and then keep the other one for cocktail or for top white. So interesting to see if that change in strategy is any better or worse for VALOUR Esports. And by looking at the lineup that EWAVE are bringing, this seems to be like a regular top floor clear to me. And I like the fact that we've got a gridlock. The backstabs we spoke about, this is going to be a freebie, or should have been a freebie, for, I can't say this guy's name, for the ace, but Fenrir will skate away into the train area. But yeah, very traditional take coming in, as Kex is going to find one elsewhere. These lurks and just patient play from EWAVE really paying off, as I think that's from the skylight onto the warden into a cocktail. You can't be over peaking these things. You've got to understand where your lines of sight are, what you're holding. As Bask is going to find another, losing the bandit as well is not ideal. And now EWAVE with two-man advantage into this round. This is looking really good for them.
No, yeah, it's maybe harder for now to mirror up moving from his position. So if they play as two, she died. But
it's too easy.
No
and this
way.
player is now stuck on the mirror. But Solon will find this guy somehow while full flashed. He was under the effect of the bees. He's now pinned into this corner. And this is what we spoke about before. If you're playing this mirror, you're basically stuck in this corner. The only problem is, though, if you look at the lineup, we have got nades as well on the gridlock. But Gridlock's going to find one elsewhere. And Noid's going to find him as he comes up the white stairs, I believe. We're going to see the kill. Yeah, came up the white stairs. Being pinned into that position is never fun. I've been that mirror before. And this is a great tag timeout, I think, coming from VALOUR. You're only 2 rounds down. It is your defense too. So you can stop the bleeding. You can assess sort of how these defenses are not going your way. So I like this is a much better timing, I think, from VALOUR Esports for their timeout compared to when they used it on Consulate.
Yeah, really better. So when was I told before on Consulate was too late, but this time it's just a perfect timeout. So you lose, you win one defense, you lost one, but you know you need to make 3 more defense. So it's maybe an hard way if you don't make a timeout, but this time is just a perfect timing.
100%. As I said, it's. I think the captain's going to have seen something that he doesn't like, because you saw from EWAVE they found 2 early entries, and I think it's just because VALOUR Esports just started to zone out a little bit. Like we touched on this before as well. Like for a lot of these players that are playing in Europe, it's now very, very late. Like we're coming up to midnight in Europe, which a lot of these players, that's where they're from. So it could just be a case of, from VALOUR Esports, it's like, look, let's just take this time out, let's re-lock in, and let's get our defenses to start snowballing these rounds together. Because again, this is a 60% defender-sided map. VALOUR Esports are ideally going to be looking to get at least a full site rotation on their defense. So hopefully, VALOUR Esports, after their tag timeout, they're going to lock in to try and get these next 2 rounds. But if you're EWAVE, you're going to be thinking, if we can take this round to take us to match point, it'll basically cripple the mental of VALOUR Esports. Like if you go match point after VALOUR Esports tag timeout, then you're really going to be striking the heart of your opponent.
Yeah, I like the EWAVE composition. It's really interesting, but I'm not sure from the Brava.
I mean, they're going to find one of the Fenrirs, which is pretty good. The Bravo drone is going to also escape somehow. Malusi not finding the Bravo drone there, as they're going to get rid of one of the Fenrirs. Seems like EWAVE, trying to use that Brava to clear a little utility that EWAVE are bringing. And I think this time it is actually okay to bring the Brava, because if you look on the side of VALOUR, there is no mirror. There is no mirror being brought out here. It is literally just Malusis and Fenrirs. That's sort of the main utility I think VALOUR Esports are counting on to win this round. So EWAVE, as we see here, pretty much setting up identically to the round previously. And Nanos has found a great entry kill onto the Ace. I think Ace's job was to play a little bit. That's probably the best one on the roster. And, the Ace being 6 and 5, you've taken out a pretty influential player as well. But if you look on the side of EWAVE, all of these players are playing really, really well. All of them are at least positive, where we can't say the same to VALOUR Esports.
Yeah. For now, it's really hard from EWAVE.
None of us found a second?
Second.
Zopho's found another as well. I think that was through the vert the Buck made. So as Buck was opening up the red balls to ticket, he created some vert into mining, and that's where one of the kills came from. The second kill, not sure where it came from. Solon's now really having a great game. He's almost made himself even. Interesting to see that there is no reinforcements on Cocktail to defend this reading bomb site. Very different strategy being brought out from VALOUR Esports here to defend this bomb site. But we are going to see a 2v5 now, and this is what you wanted if you're VALOUR Esports. You've just taken your attack time out, and you're about to be on for a flawless round. And a nice little melee kill coming in from Kex, as he knew exactly where the mute was. His game sense coming in clutch there as he finds the melee kill. But it's still a 4v2 for VALOUR Esports with a minute to go. Solon's going to drop the crazy and Trat as Nano fights his triple. Now there is this shield to deal with, as Warden is going to tag Kex to 1 HP, and they are going to sort of just leave here the Warden to duel with this player, as there is no need to get over aggressive and to fight this guy in bathroom. Obviously the site is below, there is no need to get aggressive. Just let the clock run out. The pressure is all on Kex to find these find the rest of these kills. And even better, the Warden has dropped down. I mean, Kex does find an exit frag.
Yeah.
And then Cohen is going to clean that up.
Yeah. But they just need to take lines and just wait.
100%.
No more.
And that's a great round if you're VALOUR Esports. You know, your attack timeouts work to treat. We are now going to go back to top floor as well. And obviously we went for a bit of a rush plant last time if we were EWAVE. Let's see if we're going to go for a similar tactic or if we're going to actually go for a more orthodox take from the piano side. From the lineup that I've seen so far, it looks like we are going to just go for a little bit more of a regular take. We just want to take ticket. And an important thing to note here, guys, is that once you have pixel control, you don't actually need to aggress any further into Freezer. You can open up these angles into Freezer as well as into Cocktail, but as soon as you have that ticket control, you basically need to decide that we're going to try and get the bomb down. You've got to decide if you want to plant trash or if you want to plant on the default spot. And as you can see from our lovely observer there, they have placed this mirror so it can't be seen from the window above. It makes it a little bit more awkward to swing as there's a little bit of reinforcement next to the mirror, but it's completely protected without being shot. So that's a good detail to know.
Yeah. And this time I really like this VALOUR composition adaptation. It's really interesting. This time we have a Valkyrie for making information against the Melusi, against Mute. You can't defend without him. Strong, and Wamai you needed a Wamai or a Jaeger to defend Black Mirror for sure, but really interesting for the Valkyrie adaptation. I'm really enjoyed to see her, and on the EWAVE side, it's always an hard way from breaking this Black Mirror, but if the Twitch drones can be here, but I'm not sure.
I was going to say, we should really get really good use out of these Swiss drones. We've cleared a BP. Yeah. If we can find a couple of Valk cams as well, maybe even pop the mirrors with these Swiss drones, we should be in a really, really good spot. As this Twitch is going to sneak the drone into sight here, try and find the default cam too. But really, the mirror is the sort of the main thing we're looking to clear. I don't know if we've drawn the guy in shop. Well, yeah, we have, because we've just found him. Monster is going to find the guy in shop, and that's going to be a huge entry flag for the side of VALOUR Esports. You can see that EWAVE, they banned the castle to make sure that you can't have any castle setups to help out your shop player. That can be a massive strategy that I think EWAVE have target banned against VALOUR Esports. Yeah. So they're going to find the mute, because as you can see by that hole in the wall, in the shop wall, you're not actually safe in shop. You can be seen from the window, they can make holes in the soft wall, but the timing is going to work out really well for Solon as he finds the trade back onto the Gridlock. Hopefully Gridlock's already put down her canisters to hold that flank down, and Zopho's getting a little bit aggro, feeling himself to challenge into shop. But as I spoke about in the earlier part of this round, the question is now, if you're EWAVE, is how do you win this round? Pushing deep into this site is one way of doing it, or can we try and find a way to cover the ace and get the bomb down somewhere? So Trash is normally the favoured site as Noit finds an entry into the bomb site as Cohen trades it back. All 3 players stuck into shop here as they try and duel with this mirror. You can't walk out there, bro. You've opened the wall. Cohen's going to find another 1 kill coming back from Bask. Bask has been the star player so far. If you want anybody to clutch, this would be the player. He's going to full send it, but the cover is there from Nanoverse as they use the mirror as bait. And that's really, really good teamwork coming in from EWAVE. Sorry, from VALOUR Esports to tie up this map at 5-5. Mira knew that she was stuck, so she basically told her team, look, they need to clear me if they want to push in. Just hold me when they come and contest me. They found 2 kills through the, how do you explain? Through the holes that the attackers made to keep that mirror alive and just keep their team fighting. Good timing, I guess, if you like, from EWAVE, that the players left just before the round starts.
Very big timing from our observer.
Clutch for, I was going to say, clutch from the observer to pause the game in time. So we are going to jump into a tech pause quickly as we try and get this player back into the lobby for you guys. But that was so well played, I think, from the side of VALOUR Esports. Yeah, that's correct. This is the final we wanted. It's really, really close between the attack and defense. We aren't seeing these like 5-1 splits anymore. Both of these teams have, I think, been scrimming these maps a lot, and they both look really, really solid on Cafe.
Yeah.
Is there anything you would like to see these teams do different? Like, I think both of these teams are playing at like a really good level right now. I don't think we can choose a favorite so far. It's interesting though that the side of VALOUR Esports don't like the mirror. It's very interesting that one team relied very, very heavily on the mirror, and then the other team is not as reliant on the mirror. We saw, I think it was, who's on the attack right now for us, Zhu? Can you remind me?
She is really the most valuable agent.
Cool, because EWAVE on all of their bomb sites were bringing mirror, but from VALOUR Esports, they've only brought it for that top floor so far. So have you got any comments around why you think maybe one team doesn't like mirror as much?
Maybe, but we know, like on a professional way, we know, if I could remember, Mira has maybe around 50% bans. Around
that is
maybe,
correct, yes.
Yeah. So, while in professional, they don't want to see her in strategy. So, that's like we saw now. If you can't break the black mirror, it's maybe impossible from the attacking to win this.
Yeah, it makes sense because that mirror is so strong. But also, like, I think you're completely right. Like, mirror is a very common ban, and that way it could be that one of these teams have decided, like, if it gets banned, we're gonna make our strats with the idea in mind that it's been banned, right? So, like, if it that way, you're we are going to send to a break here quickly because we do have some technical difficulties. So it's a good breakdown there from Yujo to explain why one of these teams is bringing a mirror. But we are going to jump to a tech pause quickly to try and get all these players back in the lobby. So we'll see you guys after the break.
See you.
Okay, sorry for the hold up, guys, but we are back with our last map of the last semi-final in the PBX PC Pro Series, which one of these teams will be joining the previous team in the finals for the €400 prize pool. We are going to see this team go back to Fireplace and Mining. They last held Reading and Top Floor, which means this is going to be the third bomb site. It's very interesting to see that VALOUR Esports do not like the kitchen bomb site. They have avoided it like the plague. So, Zhu, we are seeing another second floor bomb site. This bomb site used to be like the worst bomb site on the map, but apparently in Pro League, apparently in PBX, this is the bomb site people want to go to now.
This is the harder bomb site. If
for
oh
fuck's
no
sake.
way.
Sorry,
No
excuse
way.
the language. As we are going to have another guy leave. We're going to see what this team's want to do, but it looks like
They can't. They can't rehost now. They use already. So they
100%.
if the last player can't join, they need to finish him as 4 versus 5.
Lovely stuff.
Yeah.
So that's not too much of a problem, because they are not the wrong bomb site, because it was Reading last time. So ignore what you see in chat. This game has become absolutely crazy. Like
No,
Baba, it's not going to be a rehost.
No rehost,
We're
Baba.
trying to talk to our observer here
You
as
can't.
we are live. But yeah, absolute carnage.
No. They can't.
Oh, absolute carnage in the server. So
No way. No way.
So yeah, absolute carnage is erupting in this server. Sorry for all of you guys watching back home, as the rules are not clear and we have no idea what's going on apparently. So we have to apologize for all of the chaos. And we are going to jump straight into a tech pause as we work all of this out. So we'll see you guys after the break. Okay, welcome back, everybody. Hopefully, we will have no more issues, no more problems, as we've got maybe a possible 2 rounds, maybe a few more rounds to play in our last semi-final of the PBX PC Pro Series. We should be all good to go now, Zhu, after all of that chaos.
Yeah.
So hopefully,
A
here
big
we go.
chaos.
A little bit of trolling coming off
No.
NVs here, as we are correct. We are all good to go. So hopefully we will be able to resume enjoying the amazing siege both of these teams have been playing. It's been a crazy game so far, as both of these teams have been playing really, really well on their attack and on their defense. So you, we are at a 5-5 split. We are going to the dining and fireplace bomb site this time, because as we were speaking about before the rehost, VALOUR Esports just do not like the kitchen site.
It's on a museum. Dining.
Dining and museum, right?
And no. It's fireplace. Dining is in the first floor.
Ah, got you.
I
Yes,
don't
I'm with
remember.
you. I'm with you. Yes.
Yeah,
Fireplace and museum. You are correct. Yes. Very interesting that this site has become popular again.
Yeah, very unpopular, but the composition of Valor is very interesting. They have too much staff and agent to deny to make slowly the EWAVE push with Goyo, with Melusi, with Smokes, with Fenrir. So I think it's really an hard way from EWAVE to attack this without control and without information. Really hard way.
100%. But that's why Noit is on the blitz. We heard from the UAF captain yesterday. They do like having a shield available. So obviously, because the Monty has been banned, but the blitz is available, that blitz can be such a win condition for your team. Smoke's foot there is going to stick out as he tries to hunt this drone. A little bit of whiffing as he now finally finds the drone. But a lot of strategy for this bomb site. Oh, this could be a free kill coming in here for the side of EWAVE, as Melusi has made the smart decision and back away. So they are not going to get that kill. As we move into a minute and a half left, and we still don't have EWAVE in the building, as the Warden's going to tag, the Vigil is going to tag the Blitz there. Just by touching him just a little bit, that SMG-12 not doing a whole lot of damage. As Blitz is now going to move into this reading area and push this defense back. They should have now all the vertical control they want. But if you look at the lineup of E-Wave, there is no vertical operators, but it doesn't matter, as Ace finds the first kill to get us going. Blitz is going to start trying to push down, as Kex finds another, and these are 2 huge entries onto Envy's and Zerfo. As you lost the Fenrir, Vigil being tagged down to 1 HP as well, and just putting a chokehold on this defense. The question is now how do we get the case into the bomb site? The diffuser is now going to be dropped onto the white stairs. Cohen getting a train back as well. Solons has been the anchor player for all of these positions. Goyo is just not looking as the hatch gets opened. This round has gone in crazy directions, but the defenders should know they've now got the diffuser on those white stairs. And that should be their win condition. Can we hold the diffuser for the rest of the round? Can we stop E-Wave from collecting that? As Bask is going to do his job and find another. He loves this weapon that Bravo and Capital get. It seems to be the weapon he's most comfortable on. And Solon's now at a 1v3 with a blitz as well to send his team from to avoid match point. But what a round from E-Wave. E-Wave just absolutely finding all the entries, then finding the next 2 after the trades came back. And that's going to put E-Wave in a huge position to take this third map.
Yeah. So, like you said, their composition aren't with a verticality player, but you don't really need to play with it because you have a big window with big lines against the sides. Is most easily to the attackant from cutting the site on 2. You need just to pick just a window, and you have the control of one side for free. You just need to make someone outside, like within, and we have the control. So I think isn't the best way from well played. Maybe the kitchen is maybe a bit stronger, but
I was going to say,
I don't know.
VALOUR eSports almost making it work when it came down to a 3v3, but then EWAVE just being better. But you have to remember that for VALOUR eSports, that is their third bomb site. So their VALOUR eSports are now going to get the option to go back to their strongest site. EWAVE on both of their attacks have not been able to crack this top floor site, and it's mainly been down to the mirror. It's single-handedly been given credit to the mirror. This is one operator that EWAVE have just not been able to deal with. You can see we've now got a Thatcher, a Kali, and an Ace. And if you weren't aware, what you can do is you can Thatcher all of these ADSs from the roof. So if EWAVE have learned their lesson and they know, and that's going to be a great another entry kill coming on to Cohen from that angle that the Ace has been playing every round on that balcony, finding one of the Roonies from below is going to be a huge entry kill from the side of EWAVE. But you can use these Thatchers to basically disable the ADSs in Freezer, as well as that Rooney gate. You can see one EMP has just been thrown out and has taken effect onto the Mew. We're basically going to try and use these Thatchers to remove these massive problems. So you can see here, there's a big setup. Basically use the Thatchers to clear the first, just clear the Mew Jammer on the red wall to try and get us into Piano. But if Thatcher has none left, then we're not actually going to be able to use what I thought they would use a Thatcher for, to clear the mirrors. So hopefully they have figured out a way to actually clear these mirrors, as even though it's a 4v5, they will struggle to actually push the site when they realize that the mirror is there.
They haven't information from this mute. And, yeah, they haven't information from mute. So you can back them on
Ace has
on the
found
wrist
another!
is-
That's a triple on Ace for the round. Sorry, I have to interrupt you there as Noit doubles up for another one.
No
and now
problem.
into a 1v5. And he does find the down onto the Thatcher, but he's got the world ahead of him to fight. As he does have some info on site, they are going to get the res in the 1v5. And he's going to walk into a Claymore, and that's flawless from EWAVE to take themselves into the final. So EWAVE, doing really, really well. I'm not sure how the Ace has found all those entries, but that hard support operator finding all the kills for his team, that's a triple on his round to send his team into the final. So they will be joining, they will be in the finals tomorrow. I will quickly tell you guys who they will be joining in the final. I believe they'll be joining Team Aku Aku in the final. Yeah, so it'll be Aku Aku versus Team VALOUR in the finals tomorrow. Hopefully you can join us for those games tomorrow. But it's been a pleasure casting with you, Joe.
Yeah.
Sorry,
And for the third place, we have VALOUR versus Myth.
100%. So we've got both of those games, both of those series for you tomorrow. I can't confirm if it's going to be BO3s or BO5, but it's just going to be the final game on the stream. So it'll be a BO5 final on the stream tomorrow. The third place game will happen offline, I'm afraid. We're not going to be able to stream that for you. So hopefully, you guys have enjoyed the games today. We apologise once again for sort of the chaos towards the tail end of this map. Thank you for sticking with us. I know it's been a late one tonight. So thank you very much, you, for casting with me and covering all the action. So we hope you guys all have a good evening, and we hopefully will see you all back here tomorrow for our final matchups. It's Amguns and you signing off.